What's poppin'? It's your boy Cheno. We did something brand stanking new. Royal View Live. Shout out BTU, February, Black History Month. Shout out every single person that was there at the seminar doing their thing. All the vendors. We appreciate every single one of y'all. I love every single one of y'all. Make sure you tap on in. It was lit. It was live. I'm not gonna hold y'all up anymore. Let's get to it.
Getting to the paper, yes, I'm stacking on my residence. Bitch, don't need more friendship, be chillin' with my presidents. Baby, got a brains, can show me some your intelligence. Dump the chopper like I'm Tony with no residence. Cause I been a boss, yeah. If I want it, then I get it, fuck the coast, yeah. Every app around me praying on the lows, yeah. Got my formula, but never touch the sauce, yeah. Give me the dough, ain't talking a pizzeria.
Want to get everything started? First and foremost, thank you all for showing up, showing out. We really appreciate y'all coming out. So y'all give yourself a round of applause. All right, let's get it. Can we get yourself a round of applause? All right, we're celebrating Black History Month. All right, this is something great that we are able to do now. You know what I mean, back then they probably couldn't do something like this. But now we take full advantage of these opportunities to connect, to show everyone what you have going on, and also celebrate each other. You know what I mean? So that's one of the major reasons why we're here and why we do this like this. My name is Royal. We got Mark. My name's Tyler. And up there we got Lorenzo. We are part of BTU, we're co-founders. BTU stands for Bigger Than Us, the nonprofit organization. We've been around for about 9 or 10 years. Something that we always had there in our heart that we wanted to do great things for the community and came to fruition. So right now we just, doing events to keep the community engaged. We teach youth, we give people experiences like this and much more. So if y'all want to know how we do things or what we do, please search it up on Facebook, Bigger Than Us Inc. We have our website, biggerthanUsinc.org. Another thing, the computer wasn't connected, otherwise you wouldn't be able to see that stuff. But before the end of the event, I'll have all y'all pull up your phone and give us a follow. Alright, so again, thank y'all for coming out. This event is sponsored, so I want to introduce y'all to one of our sponsors.
Here, what's your name, ma'am?
Diane Starks.
Miss Diane, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Go ahead for the fans at home. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Again, I'm Diane Starks. I'm with Urban Beginnings Choice Federal Credit Union. We do have an office here in the Seed Building.
Okay. I love it. I only got one question for you, and that is, what does Black History Month mean to you?
Black History Month means to me celebrating our culture, celebrating the forefathers that come before us, celebrating. I just last is our culture, being togetherness.
I love it. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Miss Diane.
Thank you, Rail. Good evening, everyone. Again, I'm Diane Starks, and we are proud to be a sponsor of one of the sponsors of this event. I am the Urban Beginnings Choice. I'm the CEO. It's a Black-led credit union. We're not Black. We're not Black-led. And just a brief. Our office is here in this building. We offer savings accounts, financial literacy, home ownership. We do a lot of sessions that you can come get involved in. We do have a table here. Feel free to give you some pens and some just promotion items. Also, we have a pamphlet you can take with you. If you can also take my card. If you have some questions or have some financial questions or something that you want to get engaged with, give me a call so we can set up a one-on-one. But again, I like to welcome you guys. We're trying to grow our credit union, and growing it is within our community. So I invite you all to come to our Beginnings Choice. And again, thank you. Rail is on our board, and so we're happy to have him with us, with his generation, so that we can kind of collaborate and make our credit union, our community a success.
I'm here with, what's your name, ma'am?
Amber Tinsley.
Miss Amber, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I am great. Just go ahead for the fans at home. Elaborate just who you are, what you do.
Okay, so I am the owner of the first black-owned optical boutique here in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay, that's great. That's what's
Yeah.
up. I got to get in there. I might need me a little something.
Oh, come on, I'm gonna get you taken
Hey,
care
hey,
of.
I saw some over there. I might have to look at
Yeah.
them.
Take insurance, state and commercial.
Okay. But go ahead. What does Black History Month mean to you?
Black History Month to me means that dreams can happen, visions can happen. We can overcome anything. Overcoming the way that we as Black people were treated in the past. It's powerful to know that we can get away from it, and I just honestly feel like we can do anything. Put our minds to it, get it done.
I love it. Keep doing your thing. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Hi, my name is Amber Tinsley. I'm the owner of A&J Optical. I am the first Black-owned optical boutique here in Fort Wayne. I just celebrated 3 years last September, and I take insurance, state and commercial. I have the biggest Medicaid line available. So if you have insurance or don't, just come and see me. I got you some times over there. And that's pretty much it.
Right now, you can take about 1 minute, a moment of silence, please.
I just want to say thank you for including me and having me. This is such an important event for us. I love the turnout that it happened, and hopefully the next time we come around, see you again, we will be able to fit into this space. My team is called Boss Lady Dance Company. We will be celebrating 5 years in September, so I've been around for 5 years. We are the first major race team to be founded here in Fort Wayne, and on Friday we hosted one of the first ever major race street battles, and it turned out amazing. We had over 100 people in the building, and it was just there. And my girls and 2 other teams, all were wonderful talent, and it's just like the same space. I always talk about in Fort Wayne how all the boys say I always have on this club. They got basketball, football, baseball, they have everything. I'm like, these are girls here. So we are girls only club, and it's for them because I want them to have a safe space too. I want them to be able to come somewhere and be able to unwind from everything that they go through. I was just talking to them not too long ago, telling them that when they walk through the door for practice, I want them to be able to drop everything right when they come in and this be a safe place. Because I might be having a bad day, and when I see them, they help me get through that. It changed everything. So I started this because I was a kid once in a position. I was a Black little girl that didn't have much and didn't come from much, and so I just want to be able to open the doors up for them. I want them to be able to, if this dance is something that they want to take into the future and make that a career for themselves, I want to give them all the tools that I had to. So it's just about me continuing to grow through them and dance with them and teach them everything I know, not only on the dance platform, but just all around life lessons, things that I never knew when I was growing up, and I wish somebody would have told me or helped me figure out as I was going in. These are things and tools that I do for my girls. So they work hard, and I want you to be able to see what they've been practicing on. And they take pride in what they have on. Also, I just want to say thank you for allowing us to be here and allowing me to be able to share that with you.
Yeah, but they didn't want to come talk. They was over here. That's why I said back here.
Okay, there. I'm Tina Green, and this is Don Green. We are founders of Juneteenth Fort Wayne. What we do this. We hold education inductions every single year. Some of you may have heard about our big celebration at Keller Park every year, and we'll be doing it again this year. But our biggest goal is to push Black education and let people know who we are as people. Most of you don't realize that you are foundational Black American. You are not African. Your lineage and your ancestry comes from right here in America. A lot of Black people were in America before any white person came to this country. So we want to teach people who they really are. Also, we are big in Black history all year round, so we're happy to be here for Black History Month. But we put Black history all year because Black history is American history. There will be no America without Black people, period. So give yourself a round of applause.
We come from the bottom together, together we can, we spinning it up. Get my pizza, get my baby, get that tag, I'm trying to tell the shit up. Standing on bills, like that, nobody do. It ain't you, that's time to go. It ain't you, that's time to go. Ain't nothing. That's how you roll up, just get it down to big bus. You're looking at me with time. I'm feeling like we're being rushed. I'm feeling it right. That's so nice, I've never been fresh.
What's your name, sir?
Kyle Lumford.
Mr. Kyle, how you doing today?
I'm doing very well.
Go ahead for the fans. Just elaborate just who you are, what you do.
Yeah, so I am the Director of Homeownership and Community Development at Rudolph Mortgage. I'm also an adjunct professor at the University of St. Francis.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you taking the time out doing this, doing the event. We appreciate you, man. Just elaborate. I only got one question for you. What does Black History Month mean to you?
Black History Month for me is a time for me to think about all the things that were sacrificed for me to be in the positions, in the places, in the spaces that I get to walk around freely in.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your time.
My name is Kyle Lumford. I am the Director of Homeownership and Community Development at Rudolph Mortgage. That is just a really fancy way of saying that I help people understand the process of understanding what you need to do before you buy a house, what you need to do when you buy a house, and how you stay in your house. Bigger than that, what I do, see how I did that, bigger than that. Bigger than that, what I love to help people do is understand their finances, understand your budget, understand your credit, understand your savings. And one of the things that I want to talk about today is something that really ties into Black History Month is investing. Investing, savings, and planning for the future. So as I think about planning for the future and savings and investment, one of the biggest things that saved my life is the fact that my dad planned for my future. My dad's no longer with us, but one of the things that he did was he taught me and my brothers. I have two older brothers and one younger brother. But my three brothers, he taught us what it meant to
The
save
live version, I'm
and
here
plan.
with. What's your name, sir?
Ty Simmons.
Mr. Ty, how you doing today?
I'm well, and yourself?
I am fantastic, man. Just go ahead for the fans back at home. Elaborate on who you are and what you do.
I'm Ty Simmons, co-founder of Human Agriculture Cooperative. CEO of Utopian Community Grocery and Standing Lions Business Service. I'm a farmer, entrepreneur, advocate, racial justice advocate, freedom fighter for our people. Just really just down to earth, just really working towards a better community for Black and brown people.
I love it, man. I only got one question for you today. What does Black History Month mean to you?
Well, I'm Black History Month every day. You know, I mean, I do this every day, 365 days, building up our community, exposing, exploitation, exposing, manipulation from not only other cultures and organizations, but also our own people as well. So Black History is just a part of a month of whatever I do every year, every day. You know what I'm saying? If you know who I am, you know I'm about it. And you know what I'm saying? Look me up. Ty Simmons, Human Agriculture Cooperative, Utopian Community Grocery, Standing Lion Business Service. I'm here to help you.
I love it, man. You
What
have
it
a good
meant
one, man. I
to
appreciate your time.
save and plant.
Our organization is Human Agriculture Cooperative. I'm the co-founder. I'm CEO of Utopian Community Grocery, which became an online grocery store, and also Standing Lion Business Service. We do crane repair, crane building, and business establishment. We started Human Agriculture Cooperative in 2015 with $40. Right now, I've secured over $2 million for our organization. Called Family and Friends Fund here in Fort Wayne. It was a Black organization that basically received funding from our community, and we've given out over $250,000 to Black organizations in Fort Wayne. BTU, Black Women Excellence, Ground Up, T Cook, probably many organizations here receive some of that money. Just that's what I do. When you talk about Black history, I'm Black history every day. You understand? You know Ty Simmons, I'm Black history every day. I fight for us every day. If you do know me, in this city, they try to stop my farm, the hospital program. They stopped our farm greenhouse program. They built a grocery store right around the corner from us. And now they're actually appropriating. I might say stolen because they get mad about that. Now they're appropriating our youth program that someone is getting ready to start here for. We started the youth programs with Mr. Smiley about 10 years ago. We became one of the largest farming programs in the city and also throughout the state. We just received a $1.4 billion grant from the USDA to buy food from Black farmers and socially disadvantaged farmers to give it to our community. In the last 8 years, actually 5 years, we've given over 3 million pounds of food in the state of Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, and also in Georgia. Our plan is a holistic plan. It's not only about farming, it's about racial and environmental justice. It's about equity. It's about fighting some of the bourgeoisie in Fort Wayne and fighting some of the people who basically want to keep us stuck in integration. I'll go through the form and the agenda. I mean, it just go through who I am. I was born and raised here in Fort Wayne, and many of the people in our community like to keep that status quo where it's at, because as long as the masses are drowning every day. I lived before 6806, and I'm not going to leave my community no matter how much we have, right? 84% of our money is gone by 5 o'clock on Friday, right? That means 84% of our money is going to some other race, going to some other entity, and then that means our dollar, which most people say doesn't last 24 hours, is why it doesn't circulate, because we don't own anything. We don't own any land. For the most part, we don't own any businesses for the most part. We don't own our homes for the most part. We don't own any gas stations, no any grocery stores, any of that. So we're basically still the working class. You can look at yourself as quote unquote free, but unfortunately, if you're not over $1 million, you're just a sharecropper for another individual. Okay? Even myself, we're basically sharecroppers in this system because you barely make a dime to get to the bottom, right? My lady with the boom boom, right? With the credit, we'll utilize your credit, but utilize that money with lines of credit. There's lines of credit, there's secure credit, there's so many things. Definitely with my guy, but we also have a business service that we basically take you through all the steps as well. Trying to teach you business laws, and then we also go all the way. I have a degree in criminal justice as well, paralegal studies. So we'll go beyond just creating a business. We'll talk about trust. We'll talk about revocable trust, irrevocable trust. We'll talk about buying land. We'll get through all of it. And
I get a little windy. So y'all find it why behind me. And like I said, my name is Dr. Chef T. Cook, and I am a personal chef and baker. And I do have a doctorate in divinity and metaphysics. But what I'm here talking about now is that I'm a personal development mentor, a mental health and awareness advocate. I do go red for women, and I'm also suicide awareness ambassador. But my happiness and wellness center, which is located here in Fort Wayne and recently in Warsaw, Indiana. Our goal is to change the landscape of Black health that's mentally and help our community heal and thrive. I'm a very passionate women's advocate and a champion for Black women because, let's be real, Black women are the backbone of our communities. We are the least protected, the least supported, and the most expected to carry the weight of the world. Black men are the highest likely to be incarcerated or killed by the police. So today, I'm making sure that we are here, we are aiming to carry ourselves. Black History Month is not just about celebrating or reflecting on the past and how far we've come to get here. It's also a great time to talk about protecting our future, protecting our legacy, and protecting our love. And I don't just mean physically. I mean, we have to protect ourselves mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well. These times are stressful, to say the least. Who besides myself was a little afraid of the current state of our political system? Anybody besides me? Yes, makes me all here. And I'm not here to judge. It don't matter to me who you voted for. Okay, that's a lie. Get better. But we have to say, no matter who you did vote for, you can't help but pay attention to what's happening right now. We're living in a world where policies that are created to protect us, diversity, equity, and inclusion, like my girl state representative Jasmine Crockett said, the new N-word. Those protections, these were not handouts, they were safeguards to protect us against a system that was never designed with us in mind. They have been firing and laying off people in major roles in the government under the guise of meritocracy, and we all know that's a lie. They are doing everything they can to take us back to 1964, and yet here we are, still standing. We are not our ancestors. As Shirley Chisholm, one of my mentors, and for those who don't know, she is a Black woman congresswoman out of New York, one of the toughest neighborhoods, Best Side. And she was like I said, the first Black woman in Congress. But she says, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. Sometimes that seat is our own mental health, and we need to pull up for therapy, self-care, and support. The fight for ourselves and our community that we are protecting ourselves against. But we can't fight these battles if our minds and spirits are draining. It always bewilders me that although we experience the most traumatic circumstances, my people are the least likely to seek mental health support. Think about adversities we endure as a community. We experience some of the highest rates of stress, anxiety, and trauma. I'll say Sonia Macy, Robert Brooks, and I'm still definitely saying Tamir Rice, Breonna Taylor, and Sandra Bland. So why don't we talk about it? We ourselves have been through personal traumas, abuse, neglect, murdered family members and friends, even rape and trafficking. So why are we seeking mental health support? Why? Now, no shooting message. But we ourselves, as a community, we were taught to push through it. Be strong. You got this. Man up. And my favorite, pray loud. Oh Lord, Lord, the new one. We're going on social media to talk about it. Or we posted about it in Nosy Neighbors. I joke a little, but I'm telling you, strength isn't about suffering in silence. Strength is about knowing when to ask for help. Strength is about being vulnerable enough to talk about what is happening or has happened to you. Having a therapist, a mentor, a support group, or even just one trusted person outside of your regular circle can be the difference between thriving and surviving. Mental health care isn't about just treating illness. You're not crazy. It's about maintaining your wellness. When you take care of your mind, you show up better for your family. You handle stress more effectively. You have more clarity and focus on your work and goals. You feel more joy and purpose in everyday life. So if you're not talking to someone about your stress, then who is carrying it? Your body, your heart, your relationships. It's time to change the narrative. You deserve to heal. You deserve to thrive. Our girl Michelle Obama once said, "You do not have to be somebody different to be important. You are important in your own right." Seeking help does not make you weak, it makes you wise. It means you are choosing yourself. It means you are refusing to let the weight of generational trauma dictate your future. We have fought for everything in our community. Our rights, our voices, our places in this world. Now we must fight for our release. Healing is not just an individual act, it is a community effort. When one of us heals, we all heal. When we choose wellness, we create a ripple effect that strengthens our families, our neighborhoods, our entire culture. So how do we start making change? One of the things people say a lot, because I'm on a bunch of communities, including Juneteenth and federal meetings, is they talk about change. One lady said to me, "Y'all march on Tuesday, but y'all back to y'all lives on Thursday." But change starts small. If every one of us did these small little things here and there, everything will start to change. Let's create safe spaces where we can speak freely about struggles and that only know the neighbors. Let's normalize checking in with our brothers and sisters and not just when things are going wrong, but as a way of life. Let's understand that we are better together. That means knowing it takes a village. We need to do better by each other. Fort Wayne, especially Fort Wayne Black people. We need to do better by our kids. We need more collaboration and less competition. We really need each other, and it's going to be more like that the next 4 years. Let's prioritize rest, joy, and the kind of love that replenishes rather than drains us. And those little changes will begin to make a big impact. Our mission in life is not merely to survive, but thrive, and to do so with some passion, compassion, some humor, and style. Our ancestors, like Maya Angelou, did not just fight for our survival. They fought for our joy and our freedom, our right to thrive. We honor them by embracing the wholeness they drew for us. Okay, now speaking of protecting ourselves and our loved ones, we're going to talk a little bit about CPR. I just
My name is Braylon Early, and I represent probably many different organizations, but I'll spare you. But one thing I will say, while the young lady said about CPR, something that's real. I lost my mother in September um, due to she went in cardiac arrest, and where she was living, someone stopped doing CPR. And truly, my mom was resuscitated probably like 3, 4 times. Only came back to on breathing machines, and I had to actually take her off of breathing machines, which was her demise. Partially because I think that she didn't get the proper CPR care that she needed in those times, so that she would still have brain activity. So when during that time there was no brain activity, we found out.
but don't know how long she was without, breaths and CPR. So I do encourage everyone in our community to take on CPR. It's so important. So, outside of that, I will get up here and talk about kind of my organizations that I'm a part of, but then we'll go into some demonstrations, and I have my brother here to talk about some of the opportunities that we have through the sport of wrestling and different things. And so I'm here as a representative of OMB, our neutral voices, and some of you may have seen it on Facebook through the podcast that is much bigger than that. And also that's connected to OMB is the Sixth District Coalition, which is a neutral space for organizations like yourselves and everyone that's in the community doing community work to come together and have greater impact together, share best practices, share back office, share just knowledge and wisdom within that space. And so we operate out of six pillars: spiritual, mental, and physical health, financial, uh, education and performing arts, and also sports. And so, if you can imagine, and one of our things is to imagine every man, woman, and child thriving. And you probably hear that a lot, but however, it depends on what is your thriving. And so, we try and get together on a common thread of what is thriving for our community. And so, that's changing mindsets, right? For how do we spend money better, right? Changing mindsets of how we go to the doctor and make sure that we are getting preventative work versus, being reactive on, some of our illnesses. That's, being proactive with our kids. One of the biggest one of the things that meeting that I've been in, and if someone outside of the communities or when the white community, because we'll be bridging that gap, and because we really want to have people from outside of our community to really look at what's really happening. And they said for our young people, our kids are just busy. Something as simple as that. Their kids are way too busy to be, now they do other things, but they're way too busy to do some of the things that our kids are doing in our community. So that really stuck to me, and that means different opportunities out there. There's tons of other organizations that you can get your kids involved in, but make sure that they get busy, so they're not another ones running around in the streets robbing, killing, stealing from our own people and anyone else. So. Um, I'll leave that to you on that. However, I'll give a little brief background about myself, and then I'll give it. That's taking me from Northside, going there with just a little dream and a hope, and had some family members that gone before me and wrestled and been state champions, even down to some of the history at Central, where my mom placed twice, third at state in the 70s, 70 and 71. He placed third at the state tournament in wrestling. Back then, it was a lot more racist, and if you don't understand wrestling, it's a predominantly white sport. And so I ended up being a standout in high school, which earned me a college scholarship to Northern Illinois University. That's a Division I school. Went there, had a semi-success career, but a lot of things that we get bogged down with as being black students, financially, not knowing when some things is money, food, you know. I just really didn't have a whole lot of support growing up. And one of the things that my cousin told me when he dropped me off at Northern Illinois was, you better make this work. Because when you come home, you don't have nothing to come home to. And I really didn't know what that meant then, but now I do. And I really understand, and I appreciate him for saying that. But along those opportunities there, which then took me from there into back into the community serving. The sport of wrestling have taken me all across the world, really, I've been to Tbilisi, Georgia. If you don't know what that is, that's not in Georgia state, but it's a country. It's an old part of Russia. Took me there to the World Championships and other parts where I did win a bronze medal in the World Championships there. Thank you. Also, from there, I've coached 2 world teams. So, 2 world teams, what that means is I'm coaching the best top elite kids in those age groups. U15s, where Diana coaching his son at U15s in Mexico. And then I coach U17, that's just, again, an age group in Argentina. So, it's taken me all over the world. Got to meet tons of cool people across the sport, uh, worldwide. And it kind of leaves us here while we still continue to build uh, champions and build opportunities for kids to join, who join and looking at other opportunities other than football, basketball, and some of those main sports that we all push our kids towards, but only a few is going to make it to an elite level. And so it's another opportunity. And I'll leave it to him to one introduce himself and then tell us about what has happened with his
Somebody in our area that's been successful. 9 times out of 10, we probably helped them out. Okay? So what the goal is to be able to get our children that look like us together and show them that you can do more than what white people glue us to. Okay? We bigger than that. But it's also a development mentality. Okay? So when you get, like I said, when you get children to stick to this sport, it's a character building sport. And it's probably the best character building sport than any other sport out there. Because, like I said, it comes with a lot of ups, a lot of downs. You see a lot of tears, a lot of blood. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's going to teach y'all to pick yourself up and be strong, be independent. You need those type of life skills in life, period. When things get tough, you can't pay a bill, you get fired from your job. Are you going to sit around? You know what I'm saying? Or are you just going to fall back? You know what I'm saying? You develop that type of mentality because once you grow up in sport, then you understand how to be strong. You understand that it's all on you. Okay? It's not on anybody else. You got to be responsible. So wrestling coincides with real life. Okay? So that's what we want to do. And I coach at Northside. I be coaching at Snyder. I coach all type of kids from Northside, Northbrook, Wayne. We really try to, stick to the kids in that area, you know what I mean? But we definitely train on the outside, and we really try to, cultivate our people and just bring them up in the game, give them something to look forward to, So soon as Lorraine here, she get in high school. She should be a wrestler that's well looked at from the collegiate level. If she chooses to go do it at the collegiate level, she'll be looked at young age just creating scholarship opportunity. So that's
Yes,
what
thank
it
you.
is,
Especially with Black History Month, if you did not know, we call it the Olympic styles. Freestyle and Greco it was more of the Greco-Roman in the Roman times. But the true fact is that wrestling started in Africa way before, in Athens that they said. So just so that you know that it did start, they were already wrestling. The Romans actually looked at it and took that back to the Colosseum, and then next thing you know, we got Greco-Roman and what you see out there, in the whole Olympics. So real quick. So in some we do this, we call it hand fighting. It's part of what we call hand fighting, right? And we're literally using our hands to fight, right? And so this is something for your kids or even yourselves. If anyone ever was to grab your hand, that this is a technique that you can do. All right. So if Lorraine Ellison walking and she grabs my wrist, all right, we call this a V. I'm gonna make a V. Everyone doesn't do this, right? Kind of get that V going like that, right? And so with this hand, It doesn't matter how strong it is, and we'll test some of the theories from our bigger guy to someone smaller that can do it. So you don't have to be like real strong and overpowered person. It's just based off of they cannot continue to have this on your wrist if you do this technique properly, right? It takes a little bit of strength, a little bit in there. But however, I'm gonna make a beat right at the wrist, and I'm actually just gonna bring it up. How long do you think she's gonna be able to keep that wrist? Come on, keep it. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Right? And now I can just take it and I can run. Right? So again, the other. And I'm capturing the wrist. Because now if I want to, I can pull her. I could do some other things. If we had man, I would probably throw her. Right? She got scared. But be up. So if you're next to someone, Cliff, some brother here, I you got to go be cold phone. Right? You ain't gonna have time to go be cold phone. Right? Right? And he got it, right? So I don't really grab Cliff here and go boom. Eventually he gets him, right? Takes the near him. More than text. I know y'all want to really grab them. All right, so anytime someone grabs your wrist, you gotta know, hey, I'm doing that and I'm getting away, right? She grabs it, oh, wow, right? And I'm going. All right, here's another one. So that one I like, and I showed you that for a reason, because sometimes if she grabs my wrist and I try to do this, sometimes we're not as strong to do, but for some of us, if we feel like we can't do this, go up from the beat, we go inside, break, and pass and go. Right? So I can go here, just circle your wrist to the inside against the thumb. Against the thumb, right? If I go this way, come on. If I go this way, she kind of controls that a little bit, right? But if I go against the thumb, it breaks. So if you like to try that, that's another technique. Oh, it right? Yes. So that works, right? Um, what if they grab you, right? So we're gonna do two things. You're gonna grab me here, right? But sometimes, when it's dark, somebody goes, ah, come on, right? We gotta know what to do, right? So she's gonna grab me by my arm here, right? In wrestling, we use this as still hand fighting because now she can steer me wherever I want to go. Go ahead, steer me. Push forward, turn, girl. Good, right? And as long as she has the inside control, she's in control. However, I need to bring my hands into the inside, right? And this is something that I'm going to teach you how to do. It's going to be getting my hands to the inside, and I'm going to knock at the elbow because it bends. Come on, hold this here. Right. Boom. Here. Right? And what I'm trying to do is really break her off to be loose. But at the same time, if you watch where her hands is, where her arms are, I'm really going to take a step and what we call a duck under, and then I'm going to walk and I'm just going to run. Right? Right? So it's going to the inside, and I'm ducking and I'm going right underneath their arms. Right? So she's grabbing.
Welcome back, Royal Nation, to another installment of Royal View, the live version. I'm here with what's your name, sir?
BTU Mar.
Mr. BTU Mar. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good.
You good, man? Just explain for the fans back at home just a little bit about yourself and just what you do.
Well, I'm Mar. My full name is Marquiston Williams. I go by BTU Mar. CIO, Chief Information Officer for BTU. Any information we need to grow to further our to progress our knowledge of just anything that we need to do, I'm the guy for it.
Okay, that's what's up. I only got one question for you, man. What does Black History Month mean to you?
Black History Month. Honestly, it's just to expose all the efforts and damn, just expose all the efforts that I want to say the Black community has brought to America,
Okay.
and or just our community in general. So we live in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So anywhere in the Midwest, just expose all that. Provide, I want to say, growth, economic growth as well. It's just not about to expose the history, but to create new history.
I love it, man. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.